Carter trying to get it all the way across field to Garcia, couldn't do it, and a whistle and a foul coming up on Beja for the Crimson Storm.
Yeah, Beja just putting his body through.
I believe that's Semeniuk, a little slow to get up over there. 1-0 Hayes. Less than 8 minutes gone by. SNU won the matchup here in Bethany 3-1 back at the end of September. And the two teams played to a 1-1 draw at Hayes on October 19th.
Fort Hayes just throughout the season have just really played into to who they are as a team now. September seems like ages ago for this team.
So Arpiza, nice flick on to Beja. Beja working against Chancho, working into the box, crosses it in. Just couldn't quite get it to the top of the box for Duran, and that one cleared away by Walsh. Hustle there by Dickerson. Now Johnson up ahead to Semeniuk.
That's about it. That was really close to being offsides. Good defense by the Storm there.
Leal Valles taken down by Beja. Beja thought, along with most of the Crimson Storm defenders, were thinking that Beja was fouled by Valles.
You can't do this. You have to stand.
Yeah, it looked, they're both being pretty physical. Probably could have called either one a foul there.
Good there, Zero. Thank you.
SNU settling into the game a little bit after that goal.
Stand on the ball.
But this wind, it's just anytime the Tigers win the ball back on their own half, it's just it's an easy clearance.
Dixon floats it into the box. It's loose. Semeniuk couldn't quite get there, but it is going to be a corner for Hayes. Dixon with a nice service from midfield into the box for the Tigers.
Yeah, it was a great ball, and I don't want to keep talking about the wind, but when you hit one that high, you have that backwards rotation on it. It is just going to float in there. It's going to give your offensive players just a chance to run under it, and the Tigers aren't lacking height up front.
Equal right. You get an equal right. Just challenge.
Herman loops it in low, and it's touched in! Walsh with the deflection! Tyke Walsh leading the nation in assists, but he gets one for himself on that one.
Yeah, Walsh just really sticks his foot in the air. The ball's coming through. And just pushes it maybe 2 feet up, and Krivo Kapic is stunned. SNU, man, 10 minutes into this game, and their backs are against the wall.
Crimson Storm defenders not pleased about something. There was too much contact from Walsh in the box or something else, but either way, it's a 2-0 lead for the Tigers. 10 minutes into the contest.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better. Yeah, SNU, if they're going to get back into this game, they got to keep their head. It's going to be easy to complain about fouls or what Fort Hayes is doing, but you've got to play your game. Meanwhile, the Tigers are wanting more. They're fouling midfield here.
Walsh running over Agarcia.
I don't think anything intentional there, just two players colliding.
Agarcia floats it, looking for Staltzer. Heads it into the box. Chancho clears that out of bounds right below us.
Chancho with, I don't know, that's probably his 5th clearance today. Here early, he's playing really well on the defensive end.
Landry, so far a little bit of a different approach for Hayes. We saw Newman be a little conservative after getting a 1-0 lead against the Crimson Storm. Walsh pulling it in, and he's offside.
Yeah, unfortunate for Walsh. Walsh does a good job pressuring the keeper, which causes the turnover, but his player passes it to him when the change of possession happens, and he's offside.
Garcia dispossessed by Chancho on the far side. Rabala battling with Svensson on the far sideline. Svensson able to win possession down in the corner. Then Svensson pulls down Rabala as Rabala got good position on the spin. Good individual play there by Rabala, the 6'5 sophomore out of Nairobi, Kenya.
We have a Tiger player down. I can't quite see who that is.
So it's Corey Dickerson, midfielder who transferred in from Florida Memorial with Coach Nichols. And
yeah, it looks like his contact fell out. Yeah, good job by the ref.
Snag by Dickerson.
Yeah, how did he see it? No pun intended. Yeah, and just a reminder of the rules here. Unlike professional soccer, the clock will stop for injuries, for loss of contacts. He's going to have to get subbed off here. I mean, he can't get his contact in. For the very least, he's going to have to run to the sideline, gently holding his contact. Needs some contact solution.
Sir, can you give me a second to decide what to do here, please, so we can... I don't know what's going on.
Coach Nichols trying to take a second to see what's going on.
He's just delayed. Let's play.
Trevor Harmon wanting to move this game along and stop the delay.
Hey! Give me a temporary sub. Okay, go see. We can reinstitute this song.
Coming onto the field for the Tigers is number 34, Seam Dice,
I'll re-enter.
senior out of Netherlands.
Whenever you're ready, Bryce.
2-0 Tigers. Just 12 minutes gone by. Later we'll see if the wind keeps up, how much of an advantage that is for S&U in the second half.
Yeah, whatever advantage it is, you've got to battle back here in this first half. There's a lot left, and the wind is obviously helpful, but it can't be an excuse.
Ironically, the S&U women's team in the women's championship up against Washita yesterday found themselves down 2-0 in the first half as well. Able to battle back and tie it before half. Herman beat Oropesa to that one. Sends it in across. Headed away by Rabala. It'll be a corner kick for Hayes.
Yeah, it seems like every cross into the box right now is a dangerous one for Fort Hayes. If it doesn't end in a goal, it ends in another opportunity for a corner kick.
Dickerson back on, and Seam Dice checks out.
Just challenge for the ball.
It'll be Walsh, the right-footed kicker. In the corner, 2 hour left.
Got a challenge.
Whips this one in toward the back post, and Svensson just missed that one late.
There's about 3 Tigers that almost got ahead on that one. Yeah, and Tigers already pressing. S&U likes to start from the back. With the new rules a few years ago, you can now pass a goal kick inside your own 6-yard box. Or excuse me, in your own 18-yard box.
Chong looking up ahead for Duran, but Elgas there to clear that one down. And Ramirez sends that up ahead, looking for Beja. Good touch to Garcia. And the Crimson Storm without forward Unais Trajani, GAC Offensive Player of the Year, out with injury and unable to contribute to the Crimson Storm cause here in the GAC tournament or going forward. Salzer floats that one up, and it floats out of play with the wind.
Yeah, early on in the game, ref is letting them play pretty physical.
Vermont inbounding for the Tigers right below us.
Yeah, Une is not just a goal scorer, but just kind of in a lot of ways, the dictator of pace for the team. Certainly miss him today.
Beja double teamed. It earns the throw in for the Crimson Storm as they push down the field. Touch looking for Oropesa, but Chancho. There's that 3/4 down the field. For the Crimson Storm, the biggest thing to remember is can't score 2 at once.
No, absolutely not.
And there's still 75 minutes to go.
Yes. Yeah, there is a saying, man, that was pretty intense. No foul called there. There's a saying in soccer that a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead because as soon as you get scored on, the momentum can shift so fast.
A foul called on Valles for the hold. Chong sending it wide, looking for Duran. Able to track it down on the far sideline, trying to get free of Elgas. Keeps it in play, tried to play it in, but Chancho was there.
Man, really letting him play. Lots of contact early.
Elgas going in hard.
Sure is.
He falls down, and
that's what and if you're trying to get through a defender who's shielding the ball from going out of bounds, you need to be physical in there. You got to be smart, but you need to be physical.
Chong on the far side is grabbed by Dickerson.
Number 9.
Up ahead, Beja taken down. No call on that one, though. Rabala taken down by Svensson, and this is just how Hayes wants to play.
Yeah,
aggressive. They lead the nation in fouls, or last in the nation in fouls, whichever way you want to. If you want to take the optimistic or pessimistic look at that.
That's right. Yeah,
19 per game.
I think fouls can certainly be a strategy in a sport like soccer. It's not like football where you get your consequences. Yards backwards, or in basketball where you can actually lose a player. But fouls like in soccer, SSNU commits a foul there to slow down the counterattack. They can be really strategic. So I don't know that people can look at that and say, wow, man, Fort Hays must be a dirty team, and I would push back on that and say really it's part of their strategy to try to get in the heads of who they're playing, and they don't really commit egregious, harmful, injury-prone fouls. These are fouls to change the pace of the game and hopefully to create an advantage from it.
Dixon again, the one to serve that in. Looking for Semenyuk, but canters harmlessly out of play.
Yeah, and that ball just settled in the air. Just a little too long.
Semenyuk comes out. It'll be Felix Tellez Ramirez in for Fort Hays. Or excuse me, Semenyuk stays in as Svensson, who's coming off for the Tigers.
Yeah, forwards love windy days, but they also get worn out on windy days. So lots of running.
Hey, Alex!
Luke, the last couple of days we've gotten the full Oklahoma weather display here. Chilly night with no breeze Thursday for both games, and kind of warming up now with high winds today.
Very nice that this is a Thursday-Saturday affair, as tomorrow going to be quite wet and rainy here in Bethany. So good to get this in today for sure.
That's right.
Ramirez on the far side for SNU's. SNU able to play a little bit more of the possession style that they want. Ramirez.
Yeah, they want to build. They want to build from the back. So it's not these passes backwards serve a great purpose, but the Fort Hays Tigers really putting pressure, making those but making every pass more difficult. Every time a midfielder receives the ball, they just got someone right on their back.
Ball up ahead. Missed play there by Valdez. Duran is grabbed and held. Garcia quickly puts it back in play. Here's Stelzer at the top of the box. Johnson with a nice play, but Oropeza wins it back for SNU and a foul, and I think
we're going to see our first card. He gets the ball, but he gets quite a bit of a foot too. No card yet. But man, this is going to be a pretty right outside the 18-yard box, Luke. This is going to be a pretty
good opportunity here for the Crimson Storm. Doesn't look like we're going to get a card pulled here on Jeremiah Johnson. Oropeza, the freshman, earning that one.
The angle is a bit tough for a shot, and it depends on where the wall is. You got Walsh, who's about 3 yards away. There's the wall.
Chong to take this for SNU.
Looks like a cross all the way.
Chong plays it in low. Oropeza looking line for Stelzer. Nice little combo there.
Really creative. If that first touch from Oropeza is a little cleaner, you got a really great shot for Stelzer.
Instead, it'll be a corner kick for the Crimson Storm. Junior Duran down to our right to take this one.
Yeah, you see the difference. The Tigers on their corners are all in the box. SNU runs onto the corner.
Duran sends this way long, and Oropeza leaves it for Ramirez out back.
Simple! Simple!
Here's Ramirez. Sends it in low. Ricochets around. Comes back out to Garcia. Ramirez, another cross in. Headed away by Valdez. Oropeza. Then for Beja. And Dixon is there to cover it up.
Yeah, that's the best offense we've seen from the Storm today. Organized, simple passing, finding the open man, and they get a clean turnaround. Oropeza has to shoot quickly. Fortunately, it's just right into the hands of Dixon.
And even that one right there, the wind, Rabala gets in front of that one, but carries just enough to where that header is off more the top of his head, going backwards. And it results in a Hayes throw-in. Anders Sandstow on for the first time for Fort Hayes as Simonyuk comes off. And like you said, Landry, those forwards asked to do a lot with this pressure defense, putting pressure on those center backs and on passes back to the keeper.
Yeah, it's a lot of running. You know, they into the wind, you have to do a lot too because you're playing with your back towards the goal. So you're facilitating. You had a lot of contact, but it's not cardiovascularly demanding. I don't know how to say that, Luke.
Beja up ahead to Duran, one-on-one with Elgis. Working along the sideline, keeping it in play. Needs some help. Knocked out of bounds by Herman.
Yeah, that's not going to go down as a goal or an assist or anything, but that's just a really good play by Duran, controlling possession while his team catches up with him, and not turning the ball over while most of the Tigers are in their offensive end.
Ramirez fires that into Garcia now. Garcia gets it inside. Beja posting up inside, trying to find some space. It's loose and finally cleared out of play.
That might be a corner. Couldn't tell, Luke.
Yeah, the flag is down. Obviously, the wind blew that down.
Looks like
I think it's
throw.
going to be a throw in the very far corner for the Crimson Storm. Ramirez is going to take this one.
I mean, we tried to put him back in.
Ramirez fires it in. Headed up. Oropeza couldn't get a head on it, and it is cleared all the way down the field. Krivo Kapic takes care of that just before it goes out of bounds. Brings it back into the box and hurls it out to Rabala. And quickly Sends it back to his keeper. Or Pisa sends that back into the middle. Chancho there first, though. Dickerson flicks on. Johnson, a nice flick on to Ramirez. Carter with a nice tactical grab there. That wasn't called. Now Pisa taken down by Armando. Called the other way.
Yeah, letting him play. That Carter did seem to get a shoulder.
There's Garcia in trouble. Hayes back with possession. Here's Herman. Trying to look for Ramirez, but cleared out of there by Stalser.
Keep working. Feel it! Brother, if he gets you in a head collar, go down! Come on, man!
Throwing for Hayes on the far side.
Use your mind, man.
Tigers in no rush as Elgis goes over to take this one.
Go down, Josh. Right in front of
Yeah, certainly not in a rush here. Wanting to maintain the lead and possession. And every bounce of the ball, it's just seems like both teams are just having a tough time gauging height and pace of the ball. Carter composed from the back. Good pass.
Ahead to Beja. Beja able to get to his feet.
And then fouled.
Foul is called.
Coach Harmon's a little frustrated. That's one of the
Advantage play there.
Advantage.
Again, the wind just carrying everything.
Yeah, and the Tigers pressing a little less now. They only got one guy. Front, they're really sticking to the midfield. They're letting the defenders for the Storm play. Carter again pushing up the field, and if they're going to give him that space, he's got to take it.
Chancho sends that up. Carter, plenty of time here to handle it for the Crimson Storm. 18 minutes to go, first half, 2-0. Fort Hays, the Tigers, 2 goals in the first 8 minutes. It's been pretty quiet over the last 20.
Yeah,
Storm just one real opportunity so far. Sandstow checks down Duran. No whistle again. Like you said, Landry Hayes content with just a little bit less pressure, sinking back just a smidge.
Yeah, but you look at the midfield, Luke, and they're tight. They're tight on everyone.
Still running man marking here. You see Dickerson hugging Chung right there in the middle of your picture, right there, number 8 in white. Here comes Rabala, unabated. He'll have a drive.
Yeah.
Good not.
Really, really ambitious. I think his foot hit the ground before he shot it. That sail's about 10 yards wide. There's some fresh faces for the Storm.
So substitutions here. Diego Zamora coming on for Alex Oropesa. Lucas Beja coming off for Corey Denham. And for the Tigers, coming on for the first time is Ian Inigo. As Ramirez checks off. Johnson also checks off for the Tigers as Colin Hirschberger, sophomore out of Newton, Kansas, enters the game for the first time for Hayes.
Denham, the game-winning, I guess game-tying, I don't know, up 2-1 for the Storm, checking in for the first time.
Here's Dickerson outside Herman. Checked by Zamora. Zamora, sophomore out of Plano. It's taken away. Zamora looking up ahead. Right there's Chancho. Chong sends that up and gets caught in the wind and
just dies.
Goes 10 yards. There's Denham is hugged and taken to the ground by Valles.
Yeah, SNU really frustrated with that. I mean, the Tigers are slowing the game down. They're slowing the advantage down. Stand right in front of them, gets their foot out, kicks, and you know, Luke, I could be wrong, but I'm fairly certain that that kind of contact on a free kick is a card.
Should be.
Yeah. And that's not like trying to be biased or anything. I think just strange that with some of the fouls we've had today, that the card has stayed in the pocket for so long. Referee calling fouls, but just slow to make any of those decisions thus far.
Fixing up ahead to Inigo, right into the middle to Hirschberger. Hirschberger couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, Chong had a hold of his jersey there. Bit.
Suda sends
Tempers
Garcia
flaring.
nearly into the bleachers.
Yeah, both teams are going to need to keep their heads here. Both getting a little more frustrated.
Garcia's coming off at the moment. And into the game for the first time today, Juan Solis, freshman out of here in Oklahoma City, his 19th appearance of the season. The freshman's appeared in every game for the Crimson Storm this year. One of those that Trevor Harms is going to count on in the future as the core of the last 3 championship teams continues to cycle off the roster. New guys come up and take their place.
That's right. Yeah, we're, and Luke, and all Division II and NCAA sports, we're at the tail end. We're going to have a contact bringing, I guess it's going to be on the Tigers. I couldn't quite see referee
indicating either way.
Indicating that there's a bit of pulling to the chest on that 50-50 ball. Yeah, like I was saying, Luke, we're at the end of the kind of the COVID year. College students that have had the difficulty of going to college during COVID, but also some opportunities that other players wouldn't have, getting to play maybe an extra year with some seasons being canceled or delayed. And so you have these, on all these teams, you have some really tenured players who are rolling off the roster. But yeah, in particular with the 2 teams we're watching today, lots of young players. Future's bright for the GAC.
Here's Walsh into some open space with a slow touch, but Stalzer couldn't get enough on it back. Hirschberger to Dickerson up top, trying to feed Walsh. And Inigo can't get there in time. Dangerous moment there for the Crimson Storm. Down to 13 minutes to go first half. 2-0 Fort Hays State. He scored in first 4 minutes, got a second one less than 5 minutes later. Here's Zamora. That was deflected by Elgis, but Zamora able to get enough on it. Elgis, rough touch, but Chancho able to outmuscle Duran for that one.
Yeah.
That one down and out of play.
Hey, get ready! Get ready! Get ready!
Yeah, I think you have a defender in Chancho who has caused more goal kicks for SNU today from his center back position than.
Oh, Carter, a mishit there. Rabala's unable to handle it, and a giveaway corner there.
Oh man,
for the Tigers.
The last time they had a corner on this sideline, they used a left-footed kick taker and got that goal from Walsh.
And Herman jogging across, getting ready to do it once again. Herman, all first-team GAC this season, transferred in from Central Methodist, which is where Coach Alex Nichols was before his 1 year last year at Florida Memorial.
Bryce, you got an equal right. Just challenge. Anders, just challenge. Nobody gets an advantage. Just challenge.
Herman loops it in. This one's higher, and it ends up on top of the net. Substitutions here for the Crimson Storm. Junior Duran coming off, and Cesar Solis, senior out of Kerens, Texas, coming on for the first time today. Solis got the start on Thursday, coming off the bench here this afternoon. Here's Chong, retrieves on the run. Zamora couldn't quite get there in time. Stalzer lost his balance, and Inigo slips. It comes to Walsh. Walsh to Hirschberger in the corner. He tracks it down. Battling with Stalzer.
Yeah, that ball seemed to roll out. I think the SNU player warming up, Miyatake, gave the referee a helpful.
Rabala dangerous. Just needed every bit of his 6'5" frame to stretch out and tip that one away.
Tigers doing a good job pressuring that desire to control from the Storm.
Solis and Ramirez, a nice 1-2 game. Solis to the top of the box, trying to get it out front. Looked like a handball on Bensuda.
Yeah.
Tigers get away with one there. Chong trying to tackle Sandstow, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's a pretty dangerous tackle from Chong. He's fortunate he didn't have any contact. He'd be looking at a card. It could be a red even.
A lot of contact over there as Rabala is taken down by Hirschberger. Zamora sends this back into the Hayes third.
You know, when SNU has had the ball within the 18, they have looked dangerous. It's unable to really get anything.
Getting it to the 18 is what the issue so far.
Yeah, certainly challenging, but then even turning around or getting that extra pass to have a shot on target has been challenging.
And then also,
Dixon again taking these free kicks out near midfield. Into the box, headed on by Walsh, but clears the net.
Yeah, those are dangerous. You know, even though the Tiger player can't really see where that header's going, Walsh just lets it float up there and catch the wind, and Ivo Kapic watches it luckily sail over his head out of play, but those can be dangerous. The ball just floating up there.
Lucas Garay on for the first time as Hirschberger checks off. Elgis pokes that away from Solis, and the Tigers in a dangerous spot here with 8 minutes to go in the half. Solis grabbed and pulled by Inigo.
Yeah, and fortunately for Solis, his jersey's getting pulled right as he turns around, and the referee sees it, calls a foul.
Tiger CF floats that up near midfield. Valles, nice pass up ahead. Garcia gets that out of play.
Yeah, that's a good play by Garcia. That ball, he could have very easily let that roll, and maybe you have a Tiger forward who sneaks in behind, but he also hits it out of bounds for a throw-in and not a goal kick. Or, excuse me, a corner kick.
Elgis to take the throw. Is it back for Herman. Herman curls one in. It's right at Krivo Kapic. Valles with the challenge. Able to get anything there. Krivo Kapic high. Kick that time. Sandstow's first one there. Good ball there from Dickerson. Looking for Garay, but Garay unable to chase that one down. But a good idea. Midfielder Dickerson.
we would like to sub. We've been standing here the whole time. What is he doing? We want to sub. Mitchell, what are you doing? White ball, let's go.
Hayes throw in on the far side. Elgis once again to take it down to 6:15 to go first half. Elgis deep throw into the box looking for Chancho. Sails over him out of play.
That's the target inside the 6. You want Chancho, big frame. Just a little too high.
Ramirez comes off for the Storm. Haruka Miyatake in for the first time, the sophomore out of Meguro, Japan.
Ian, a little closer. Now back.
Real Kapic sends it up, and again the wind just kills it right at midfield. It's like there's a wall there, Landry.
Yeah. Certainly is, yeah. And any attempt from the Storm to put the ball in the air, upfield, oh, we got a good run here.
Beautiful flick by Zamora Miyatake.
Yeah, any attempt to put the ball in the air, it's just wherever the wind's going, that's where the ball wants to go.
Stalser, the giveaway to Gara, and a foul on Walsh as he ran through Garcia. The Hayes bench and coaching staff less than pleased with that one, but
yeah, I didn't see the foul there, Luke, but yeah, they certainly didn't like it.
Garay gets there first. Working in the middle as Herman. Herman touches it back to him. Now Sandstow blasts the left-footed shot, and it's wide.
It's a pretty good shot. It's just really, really ambitious. I mean, you're looking about 30 yards away, but it's driven hard. It's just wide. Again, high pressure. Chong coming all the way back, getting maybe the shortest pass of the day.
Herman flicks it up. That's going to be a high kick there on Herman. You're the Crimson Storm. You're wanting to get to halftime.
Yeah, you really are. I mean, you want an attempt on goal, but you just can't give up anything.
And even just a simple step like that by Elgis just touches it and gets all the way down into the box.
And it's certainly an advantage for the offensive attacking team, but it's a struggle for them too because their passes are all stronger than they're used to. It's just such a unique
Chong with a nice job to get free. Stalzer up ahead to Solis, and SNU's got numbers. Solis, it's a 3-on-3 break, a little bit too heavy on the touch though. But SNU maintaining possession here. Outside to Denham. Zamora lets it through for Chong outside Miyatake. Miyatake across. Chancho heads it away. Race to get there. Stalzer wins it to Zamora. Zamora needs some help. Out to Stalzer. Chips it back in. Denham tried to get a shot on as he brings it back to midfield. Rabala. Solis. Here's Denham. Knocked aside by Valles, and a foul is going to be whistled on Denham first.
Yeah, I think he gets the retaliation foul, which certainly knocked him over, but he initiated the contact just a little too strong.
He's not going to sub on for that player. He's going to sub on for 35.
See there the shove from Valles, but it was in response to Denham. Couple good moments there for the Crimson Storm offensively, though.
Yeah, and you can see what they want to do, just been unable to so far. Aside for a few moments, another foul on the Storm. This is, closing in with the half. This is a pretty good opportunity for the Tigers to get one in a dangerous area.
Dixon hovering around midfield. He's not going to take this one. Walsh and Herman standing over this one. With this wind, don't need much on this to get into the box to be particularly dangerous.
Crevo Cap's going to have to be ready.
Herman with the left foot floats it up. It's way too much.
You could tell as soon as he kicked it, that ball was sailing out of bounds. He could too. That ball is rolling all the way to 50th Street right now, Luke.
Inigo comes off into the match for the first time as Mamadou Omar Innai. 1:10 to go before halftime. 2-0 Tigers. Got 2 goals in the first 8 minutes. Been keeping the pressure on the Crimson Storm ever since. Krivo Kapic again. That hung up in the air. Rabal looking outside for Miyatake. Good ball up ahead for Garcia, who's taken down by Walsh.
Yeah, and he's stopping the play. I mean, they want to play fast after that with numbers, and referee stopping the clock. Guess he is going to give a card.
So a yellow card is issued to Ty Walsh.
Yeah, and
First card given either way this afternoon.
not necessarily a bad foul by Walsh there. He's slowing down the pressure of the Storm. Sometimes you've got to take those yellow cards. It does put him in a precarious position for the rest of the game. He's going to have to be careful.
Chong standing over this one with 44 seconds left.
Yeah, I doubt Chong is going to try to. Everyone for the Storm is in the box, but that's a pretty
Low liner. Elgas takes it right off the top of the head. Garcia went down again, looking for a call. Cesar Solis gets it back to Rabala. 30 seconds to go. Rabala knocked away by Garai, but
yeah, no rush here. If you're the Storm, you don't want to commit a turnover in your own half.
Solis looking for Garcia. Denham with the challenge, but foul is on Denham.
Yeah, Denham out jumps his defender there, but I think he's got his arm on his shoulder, kind of elevates him. And that's how this half's going to end, Luke.
I think Alex Nichols wanted to put on some more pressure there in those last 10 seconds with the wind at their backs, but not pleased that his guys were unable to jump up and make that happen. But through 45 minutes, 2-0 Fort Hays State, jumping out to the 2-0 lead less than 10 minutes in, and have made it stand up over the rest of the half against the top seed and host Southern Nazarene Crimson Storm. Great half for Fort Hays. They really dictated the pace, Landry. They got what they wanted early and were able to just take SNU out of their own game here in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. They scored. Their second goal is on a corner kick, which they certainly had designed that play for Walsh to get just some kind of touch on it, and is able to do so. And then the first goal, you've got Staltzer for SNU wanting the foul and get no foul being given, and the Tigers take advantage. Johnson, which is a nice strike on his right foot to give them the lead, and they've looked like the more collected team, dominant team. SNU's shown flashes of what they've shown the rest of this entire season, but they're going to need to show a full half of it to get back into this game in the second half.
One advantage for the Crimson Storm in the second half. The wind will be at their back. We'll see how much of a factor that plays in this second half. Halftime here at West Harmon Field. The GAC Men's Soccer Championship will be decided in 45 minutes. We think. That's right. We think. 45 minutes to go in regulation. 2-0 Fort Hays State. We'll take a timeout. Come back and wrap things up from the first half and get you ready for the second half of action from Bethany. Don't go anywhere. This is the GAC Sports Network.
How to spot a boll weevil. Boll weevils are a fascinating species. They're known to travel in packs, are highly intelligent, and can thrive in any environment. Each and every boll weevil is unique, and they have unique opportunities. But they all share one common trait. Every boll weevil has a bright future awaiting wherever they go. And that's how you spot a boll weevil. Learn more at uamont.edu.
If you're not at home, where else would you be? Not the kind of home you're familiar with, but the kind that helps you become them. Or them. The kind where you become a part of a community that builds you up. A community that doesn't just give you the answers, but helps you discover them for yourself. Home is where the mule riders are. When you're a mule rider, you're not walking down a predetermined trail, you're blazing your own. The world is full of unsettled questions with so much to explore. Enter it with full reins of knowing who you are, where you come from, and what ignites your flame. Here at home, you have no limits. Reach for the stars and don't stop there. As a mule rider, you decide what's possible. Stop imagining what you could do and do it here. Think bigger. Think faster. Let's ride. Don't worry, you're not far from home. Because home is where the mule riders are.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who contribute with compassion, courage, confidence. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. Tomorrow's difference makers and world changers will understand they're part of something bigger, an unstoppable force for good. More than book smart, more than business smart, they are wise in their whole being. These are the people who will shape our future, and you'll find them at OBU today.
I am a future shaper.
I'm a future shaper.
We are future shapers. Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but there's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, every moment brings you one step closer to what comes next. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what does character, culture, and Christ mean today? These days I like to talk about refining character. I think that we're all in process, and in those collegiate years, those years of a university experience, there's a great opportunity to refine character.
So how do you make it? How do you overcome the odds? There's Natasha's way. Be shy, focus on yourself, till they focus on you. Or Juana's way.
Why be one champ when I want to be two?
Be like Yusra. Let nothing
Syrian refugee pulls boat to safety.
destroy your dreams.
Screw fate.
Or maybe you beat doubt one step at a time, like Johnny. What about Zoe? Never satisfied. Not with trophies or stunts. Then there's Dennis. Work with what you got to get what you don't. Or you could be like me. Dream of pro football, get hurt, dream over. Find yourself with just $7 in your pocket. So how did I get here? By being the hardest worker in the room. How are you gonna get here?
Hey, Future Readies. Are you interested in a career in technology? Henderson State University offers degrees in aviation, computer science, and engineering. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
At East Central University, we educate and empower students to transform the world. We provide an exceptional hands-on learning experience with professors who really go that extra mile. East Central University encourages students to become who they are meant to be while making lasting memories. East Central University, welcome home.
Hey, Future Readies. Are you interested in careers that help your community? Henderson State University offers degrees in nursing, teaching, psychology, social work, and health and human performance. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question, what is character, culture, and Christ? Last but certainly not least, in fact I would put it first, and that is serving Christ. I like the fact that it's last because it does undergird everything that we do. Our responsibility, I believe more than anything else, is to serve our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
It's your moment.
Who do we look to shape our world? It'll be people who know how to think with their heads and their hearts. People who understand that faith is not the enemy of education, but its partner. More than book smart, more than business smart. They are wise in their whole being.
We are future shapers.
Learn to live well and lead well in God's world. Be a future shaper at OBU.
One of the fastest growing universities in the state and the region, Southeastern Oklahoma State University has classes for bachelor's, master's, and certificate programs. Over 45 degree programs are available with in-person, online, and hybrid options. With a legacy of excellence dating back to 1909, our dedicated faculty and staff are here to make your legacy a great one. Your future starts here at Texoma's University.
Everyone tells you to think about the future, but we know there's growth in the journey. At ATU, we value this moment because here, nature becomes your classroom. So breathe it in. You've got this. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
Christian education pushes you to diligence and excellence in all that you do.
We're establishing this foundation that the students can then go and do the things that they want to do.
Everything we do, everything we touch, everything that we try to teach our students revolves around Christ.
It's about cultivating passion and a desire to do something significant with your life. You find a vision for your life, and I think that's where students really lean into their inspired purpose.
Sore from that workout. It's going to take me a second.
Welcome back to Bethany. Halftime here at West Harmon Field between the top seed Crimson Storm and the number 3 seed Tigers of Fort Hays State. It's Southern Nazarene trailing 2-0 as Fort Hays State looking to upset the host Crimson Storm. It would be the first time a host team has lost in the title game on their home field since 2019 when Rogers State won in penalty kicks in, of course, Hays, Kansas. Landry, it's been a tough first half for the Crimson Storm, but for Fort Hays State, it's went about as well as you could have hoped for.
Yeah, certainly the first 10 minutes. You know, their pace has been really high, and they're going to come out with that again. They want to pressure. You know, I would be interested to see with the strong wind if they do back off a little bit and play more conservative, play with more defenders. But their press has been really effective against the Storm, and they've been aided by this strong wind in the first half. And Luke, sometimes it's not how clean of a game you play, but it's how you take advantage of your opportunities. And I think Coach Nichols would probably look back at that half and say, "Wow, I wish we'd have cleaned up a few things." But he's going to be really pleased with the opportunities they took a hold of, and now have a 2-goal lead.
Fort Hays, 63% of their possession in that middle third on the SNU side of midfield, and the wind definitely playing a factor this afternoon. SNU gets to go with the wind here in the second half. We'll see how much of a difference that makes. But if the Crimson Storm can't break through that defensive pressure of the Tigers, the wind's not going to be much of a help.
No, absolutely not. One thing to keep in mind for this Tigers team, they've had 8 players play the entire first half. 8 players to SNU 6. Now, obviously, for both teams, one of those is the goalkeeper. But that's a lot of running for a high-paced team, and if they're going to keep pressing like that, you might have to see some new faces running out there, or you're going to see some really tired legs.
2 numbers that stand out here on the first half stats: 18 fouls for Fort Hays State in the first half. That's right at their average for each match per game this season. And SNU, just a single shot in the first half. Hays with 6, 3 of those being on goal, but just a single opportunity for the Crimson Storm in that first half because of that defensive pressure. What does SNU need to do to generate anything offensively here in the second half?
Yeah, I think they want to keep playing the way they play. They have 45 minutes, and 1 goal shifts everything. You want to keep playing the way you're playing, but then also be advantageous. If you've got a chance, take it. You don't have to wait for the perfect chance. Certainly you want the perfect chance, but man, maybe just put some targets on frame, get this defense moving, get this goalkeeper working a little bit. Maybe they get one here early.
Crimson Storm come out with a little bit of different lineup to start the second half. Beja, Duran, Chong, Miyatake, Ramirez, Garcia, Carter, Agarcia, Rabala, and Oropeza out there on the pitch, along with Krivo Kapic in goal for the Crimson Storm. Svensson, Simonyuk, Walsh, Johnson, Dickerson, Herman, Valez, Elgas, Bensuda, and Chancho out there for the Tigers to go along with the keeper, Ben Dixon. We'll see how things go. 45 minutes to go. The Tigers looking to be the first 3 seed to win the GAC Tournament Championship since Ouachita Baptist in 2018.
Yeah, I expect to see a really exciting second half, Luke. I don't know that we've called an SNU or a GAC game where something crazy hasn't happened in the second half.
We got to see SNU against Newman come right out of the gates in the second half on Thursday, putting some immense offensive pressure on the Jets, and it resulted in an equalizer pretty quickly. And we'll see if the Crimson Storm can do the same here. Chong, a deep ball, looking for Garcia. That ricochets out of bounds. It'll be a Hays throw-in. But again, like we saw in the first half, even just clearances for the Crimson Storm, just getting knocked down right at midfield because of the wind. And we'll see how much of a factor that is for Hays. Svensson can't control it. Carter can. Trying to get it up ahead. Does to Beja. Nice touch on to Oropeza.
Yeah, great touch by Beja.
Right off the bat, SNU able to get a throw in deep in Hays territory.
Yeah, just like the Tigers in the first half, SNU just with the wind, you get the chance to be very direct.
Miyatake crosses it in. Valez got up for that one. Looking for Agarcia. Svensson up ahead to Simonyuk. Looking for Herman, but Carter is there. Chong clears that up. Looking for Oropeza again. Duran out there. Oh, man, so much spin on that ball. It took a hard right angle. Chong with it for SNU. Oropeza getting grabbed out there by Dickerson.
Yeah, doing a good job maintaining possession of the ball. For a freshman, pretty physical.
Oropeza loops it in. Beja right there. And a shot! It goes over the bar from Garcia. But there is just the second shot for the Crimson Storm, less than 2 minutes into the half.
You can see it, when they have possession, when they have, their forwards, they really do like to play back to the goal so they can lay it off. They lay it off, and that shot is just sails a little high. Quick first attempt from the Storm.
Now we get to see how Dixon handles this. And floats it up, and it dies right at midfield. No whistle there on the bump by Oropeza, and here comes Johnson quickly into the SNU third. Top of the box. Tried to leave it off, but Chong with the interception. Beja looking outside, but Dickerson with a quick step stays in front of it.
Johnson with just a good turn and a good cutback inside to put pressure on the SNU defense. Unfortunately, his pass is just a little errant.
Oropeza heads that, but it's out of play.
Again, another physical start to the half for both teams. Ref letting him play.
Garcia sending that on. Chancho down there. Clears that into the patrons on the far side. Great crowd on hand. This championship Saturday. Ball top of the box. Chancho there. Svensson flicks that onto Simoniuk, and here come the Tigers with Rabala able to clear that up and out of play.
Yeah, Rabala making the right pass there to Garcia is just a little strong.
Garcia. Ball ricochets right around, and the foul there on Dickerson.
They're doing everything to make sure to help them. Come on!
Referee slowing that down, forcing SNU to back it up just a couple of yards. He's been quite exact on those this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not the first time, and
probably won't be the last either.
Coach Harmon not pleased with it, but
here's Ramirez on the run, trying to step inside of the long legs of Chancho, just touching that away.
Chancho's played really well today.
Krivo Kapic catching the punt out of the air, essentially.
Yes.
Rabala looking deep. Valles, again, who's also played really well, heads that away.
That's right. The defensive center backs for the Tigers have done a good job slowing down the attack of the Storm.
The middle, Walsh up ahead to Svensson. Tried to get it out. No call.
Yeah, it looked like he got a piece of a foot there.
Well, up ahead to Duran. Inside Oropeza. Now the line for Duran, looking inside for Beja. Shot. Not sure if that was deflected or not.
No, it didn't look like it. It looked like he just lost his balance. That's going to go out for a goal kick. You almost wish he would have, wonder if he wishes he would have had another touch there before shooting.
No Crimson Storm players on the backside of that one, as that one just cantered across the box harmlessly. Carter looking outside. Ramirez heads it up ahead to Garcia. Garcia taken down by Simoniuk.
That's all right.
And he's going to stop the clock here. for the foul. I didn't know if a card was coming.
Face. That's the one. Hey, out of here. Hey, we check.
See there, Semeniuk and Garcia getting tangled up.
Yeah, didn't look like a foul-worthy call, or a card-worthy call, excuse me.
Svensson takes down Rabala, and a nice play up ahead to Walsh. Walsh 1-on-2. Tigers pushing in pursuit. Walsh falls on the ball. It goes out of bounds. It's a throw-in for the Tigers.
Give him a yellow for diving.
SNU throw down in the far corner. Ramirez to take this one. Duran sends that out wide.
Miyatake is on
the run. Dixon gets there first, and that one sails wide. Johnson able to keep it in for a moment. The throw is going to be given to Hayes. Looked like it went off Johnson's head.
Yeah, not a huge argument from the SNU faithful, so maybe they saw something different.
Here's Ramirez in space. Crimson Storm pushing. Ramirez crosses with Chancho. Again, another block. Eight minutes gone by in the second half. SNU has turned up the pressure here, but still have a goose egg on their side of the scoreboard. Here's Duran. Leaves it off for Chong, but is just tipped away by Herman. And a whistle and a foul on Garcia as Johnson went down.
Yeah, Johnson is late to get a touch on it, but Miyatake, I think, coming through, try to get a piece of it, gets more of his foot. I don't know, Luke. That seemed right out about the same time. It's a tough call for the referee.
Garcia sends that on Duran with the flick, but Elgis, the nifty piece of footwork, keeps that up, and then Garcia going down is taken down. Garcia playing well, dealing with injury. That one touched on Ramirez. Couldn't quite get his left foot around that.
Ramirez had a good run. I mean, he makes eye contact with Axel. And that ball is put in a good position. His first touch is just a little heavy. Nothing doing for the Storm. Tigers in good position defensively to deal with that one.
Semeniuk comes off. Hirschberger back in for the Tigers with 35.5 minutes to play.
Can you give me the comment for the second on
2-0 Fort Hayes. Dixon a miss hit. Opportunity here for the Crimson Storm. Garcia a bit heavy. Can Beja get there in time? He cannot. Tough miss hit there for Dixon, but SNU unable to take advantage.
That's fine. Hey, he's just stopping the clock. Let him stop the clock as long as our guys jog. Jog into the ball. We're not doing it.
Referee just having a word with some of the Tiger players. Hey, you got to throw the ball in if it comes to you. Can't wait forever. He did stop the clock. Done a good job of clock management, making sure there's not a bunch of time wasting.
Come on.
Herman, good ball up ahead, but just a little bit wide of Hirschberger.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen a heavy touch into the wind today.
Calling him back.
Hervo Kapic finds Ramirez right at midfield.
Ramirez trying to go around the Tiger defender who just has a better angle. Is able to.
Yes, he goes there.
The crown of the field affecting that one as well, especially this early November Bermuda turf.
Is that a thing? Early November Bermuda?
Well, and it's a lot more dormant, not the thick lush that it was back in September.
That's exactly right.
Deep ball, Durant trying to get around Chancho. He's taken down, no call. Tons of contact both ways.
Yeah, I don't.
The new bench wanting a foul. I don't see one there.
Of course, both teams going to argue for that one. It did just seem like it's running into each other. We're getting a card on someone. Edwin Garcia is going to get a card, I think, for talking to the referee. Duran is the one who was in the collision. Garcia not pleased with the no call, but I do think it was the right call.
Tellez Ramirez is now on for Fort Hays as Svensson checks off. 34 minutes to play, still 2-0 Tigers. As we expected, the Crimson Storm had a few more opportunities here in this second half, but have yet to put one in. Dixon angling for the far sideline. Johnson with a nice touch up ahead to Ramirez. And Ramirez goes down as I think Carter accidentally caught him in the face.
Yeah, I do think that might be a yellow on Carter. He is down. Asking for some assistance.
See Ramirez there, cuts it inside, and yeah, just takes one.
Yeah, catches a hand.
Right in the kisser from Carter, but so Ramirez has to come off because the official stopped play for the injury, and
he will be allowed to come back on, you know, kind of the next break and play. So we'll have one less attacking player on this opportunity for another goal.
Herman and Walsh standing over this one as they typically do in this situation. Walsh, the right-footed specialist. Herman with the left foot. It'll be Herman looping it in a little bit low and headed away by Oropesa. Bensuda sends that straight up in the air. Walsh sends it back. Duran's the one who gets there first.
Ramirez is back on the field. That one's just too strong for Chong. Chong needing to control that. Play with possession still.
Duran slow to get up. He was knocked down by Johnson. Garcia knocks that away from Herman, but it'll be a Hayes throw. Every throw, precious seconds will come off the clock.
Right.
If you're the Crimson Storm.
Yeah, only one person throwing the ball in for the Tigers, and
Ramirez looking for Johnson. A little miscommunication there, and it'll be a Crimson Storm throw in on the far side. Miyatake up ahead. Ball finds Ramirez into the box. Carter dispossesses him. And then Ramirez takes him down. Another foul on the Tigers. Garcia sends it deep. Too far for Beja. Knocked away by Herman.
A sub here for the Storm.
Esteban Ramirez is going to come off. Stalzer back in for SNU. So Stalzer goes to the far side, and Miyatake comes over here to the near side. Certainly not going to be the last we'll see of the senior Esteban Ramirez, but there are a couple big runs. Just need some wind. Here's Chong. Oh, tried to get it to Duran, couldn't get it out from between his legs.
Yeah, it's a good header from Chong, but it just gets stuck in his teammates' legs. Tigers doing a really good job keeping the ball inside SNU territory, even with this win. a handball. Not called.
Garcia and Walsh exchanging words.
Yeah, you want to keep your head here. You know, it's a big game for both teams. Big opportunity, but you want to finish the season well.
Beja has it taken away. Loose ball in the middle, but Elgis gets there first. Here's Johnson up ahead, but Miyatake there to clear it away. And Suda finds Johnson on the far side. Oropeza with a nice tackle there. You unable to keep it in play. The line judge says it's SNU ball.
Must have been some contact. You know, that's probably the toughest part of the field for us to see what happens.
Dickerson back with it for the Tigers. Working against the freshman Oropeza.
Oropeza just everywhere. I mean, he was just on the other side of the field.
Ramirez working against the 6'5" Rabala. Rabala just takes it away from him. Nice play there. Now Walsh steals it right back though.
Oropeza's gassed. Those 2 long runs. That should be an SNU throw. Here it is. Here's a sub. Wonder if it's for Oropeza. It sounds like it is.
It will be. Cesar Solis Sr. coming back in. Good work by the freshman Oropeza.
Yeah, it's frustrated. SNU's frustrated they didn't get an advantage.
Mario, push him, Mario, push him wide. Let me give him the card and then stop arguing.
Foul, yellow card given to Valles. Beja frustrated, as that's been the situation every time Beja has tried to receive a pass. Yeah. Valles is posing for prom with him. The hands on the hips every single time as Beja is letting the referee know, and the referee is letting him know that that's enough from you.
That's right. You know, it's good defense. I mean, yeah, he's going to get called for a foul.
Box, it goes off Chancho, and that'll be a corner kick for the Crimson Storm.
Yeah, it's good defense because SNU likes to play with their back towards the goal. We've talked about that a few times, Luke. And so if they're going to give you your back, you need to get right on them and make it difficult for them to receive the ball and turn and go. So it's frustrating. It's the right call.
No, Felix. No, Felix. All right, that's fine.
Duran and Garcia both standing out there. Now Duran moves in. Garcia loops it in. It's low and clears all the way across. Pitch Carter going to get there first and manages to backheel it off of Chancho. So an SNU throw that Miyatake will take.
And the wind's really picked up here, Luke. Just the last few seconds.
Miyatake into the box. It's loose, and Chancho sends it out to Stalzer. Stalzer lobs it back in, but everybody up high. And it went high on the bounce against Dixon. And it goes over the bar.
It just looked like it was going to be a funny bounce. I mean, it's also coming in pretty quick. Stalzer certainly not trying to put a shot on goal. Dixon is lucky to have that one hit his hands and push over the bar. Another corner for the Storm.
Here's Duran, another low one, deflected, out of play.
Duran, the player who we saw, Luke, score from about 47 yards.
There's Garcia, tied up, and Bensuda took it away from him. Numbers on the outside as Johnson tracks that one down for the Tigers. Looking for the box, but Chong is there for SNU. Chong looking deep. Valles cuts off Duran, but a miss hit by Elgis. Quick giveaway. Solis has it. Working into the middle for the Crimson Storm. Here's Garcia now. Needs some help. Now spins toward the sideline. Good look. Here's Solis, but Elgis cuts him off. Solis keeps it in play. And Dixon able to come out and get that one.
Yeah, you think if Beja keeps his run going there, he's in a pretty good position to have the ball. The Tigers doing a good job defensively, just withstanding the pressure from the storm.
There's Ramon, gets it into Hirschberger. Oh, and a wild shot from Hirschberger goes out of play. Had an opportunity, maybe had an opportunity for a touch, and man, that would have been a kill shot there for the Tigers. Hirschberger comes off, Inigo back in. Garcia checks off along with Beja for SNU. Denham and Zamora back in for Southern Nazarene. 26 minutes to play. Still less than halfway through the second half. A lot of time here if you're SNU. And a lot of time still to defend for Fort Hays. Miyatake on the run. Here's Inigo. The Tigers back the other way. Feeds it in, and that's offside on Ramirez.
It's a good save by Krivo Kapic either way, but yeah, offside's pretty quick call. They want to play fast. And there's Krivo Kapic with the quick start.
Stalzer with space up ahead. Solis. Lean to reverse it. He's got Miyatake on the left side. Miyatake, a little bit of a heavy touch with the left foot. Valles knocked down, no call. Solis loops it outside to Duran. Duran, fancy footwork, needing help. Gives it to Stalzer. Stalzer lobs it in and blasts it out of play.
Miyatake had all kinds of room on that first part of that attack, Luke. Just a heavy touch. He's unable to get the ball where he needs to go. But man, just credit to this Tiger defense. They are playing well. They're stout on the back line and making it difficult for them.
Referee giving Ben Dixon a bit of a warning to keep the pace up here. Garcia sends that back in toward Chancho. Carter looping it back the other way. Valles has been very aggressive. Been outstanding defensively. Oh, nice ball there. Looking for Ramirez. Elgis goes up over Solis to get that one.
Yeah, Elgis just wanted it more. You know, Solis is in position. He's got to go attack that ball. Elgis does a good job doing just that, going and attacking the ball. Oh, man, we're going to get a foul here. There is contact, but...
Looked like Garcia got ball first, but he's going to receive the yellow card.
Yeah, I think when you go in like that, it's going to be difficult to not get a yellow. It seemed like Studs might have been up too. Certainly not anything malicious, but it is a hard foul.
We had a strong tackle, but hey, get that one down here. Right here. Hey, just tell him what I said. That one's reference.
Free kick opportunity here for Hays. 24:10 to go. 2-0. Fort Hays. 8 minutes in. The Tigers were up 2-0. And they've held on to it since. Be Walsh, the right-footed, sends it in deep. Header on, and Krivo Kapic is there. Yeah. Valles was the one who put the head on.
Yeah, something quick here. Not the best throw from Krivo Kapic, but a good save and a good attempt again from the Tigers to put something on frame, even against the wind.
Carter outside to Stalzer. Stalzer working into the middle, has some space. Looking backside to Miyatake. He slips. Loses possession. Here comes Inigo. Looking deep for Ramirez, but Krivo Kapic able to catch that one as it got hung up in the wind once again.
Over.
Here's Dickerson looking for Ramirez on the run. Rabala has to just slide and clear that out of play. Subs here for both teams. Simonyuk and Sandstow back in. as Ramirez and Johnson come out, Miyatake off, and Esteban Ramirez back in for the Crimson Storm.
And it's number 2, Esteban Ramirez.
Now we're going to get a yellow card, I think, on Coach Nichols here.
I think it's going to be on somebody for the Crimson Storm. That one ricochets out of play. It'll be a corner kick here for Hayes.
Hey, you can tell him he carded a ball split. He carded a ball split.
I think the referee just gave a card to someone who's just working on the sidelines for Southern Nazarene. Is somebody who's retrieving balls and making sure that there's a ball to throw in.
You never know.
Obviously, anybody working the game is
it's
representing us and you, but that one headed on.
And good cross, good header. A late arrival.
Kapic sends a line drive looking for Ramirez. Oh, what a play by Ramirez.
Yeah, what a touch.
Get a touch, and Duran just missed that one, and Bensuda has it back the other way. Rabala to Duran up ahead. Elgas turns it aside. But Duran finds it. Here's Denham in the middle.
That's off them. You heard the flick. Let's go. Good shit, guys. No.
Ball cleared out.
Just jog. And we've been doing the same guy all game.
Unfortunately, our cameraman didn't get that one-handed snag I just had on that ball, Landry. But they're doing a great job.
That's right.
Standing crew that we work with here at the GAC Sports Network does such a great job for the league each and every championship. Simonyuk sends it up into the middle. No one home. It's Kapic. It'll take care of it.
Boys, put the ball down.
The driving punt. That one flipped on, but Duran can't get to it. And Dixon picked that one up before it went out of bounds. Down to 20 minutes. Landry getting a little late early for the Crimson Storm. The Tigers kept things up here in the second half.
Yeah, and the Storm's just really been unable to even get a good shot on goal. Had 2 real attempts that have made the keeper work.
Here's Herman wheeling and dealing through the SNU defense before Agarcia turns that away. Bensuda chips it in. Carter has to head it away, but Sandstow is there. Rabala whips that up toward Denham. Denham grabbed and fouled by Chancho. Zamora puts it back in play.
Yeah, the pressure's certainly on. There's a foul. It's going to be maybe the easiest foul that the ref's going to have all day. He's going to stop the clock and give a yellow out. It certainly wasn't
yellow on Simonyuk.
Something that Simonyuk was, I don't think he was trying to make that as bad of a foul as it looked. Just going to clip both of his feet.
Just right as he goes by. And unfortunate too, because it looked like Carter was kind of losing his balance there as well, slipping down. So unfortunate there for Simonyuk.
Yeah, there's been lots of soccer played on this field today. Lots of slippery cleats.
Sandstow sends that deep, stays in play. Rabala gets there along the sideline, lets it go out of play. Sends that deep, looking for Denham. Denham couldn't quite get enough touch. Oh, nice move by Dickerson, and then Dickerson runs right through the back of Denham.
Stay away. Hey, this way, son.
Ramirez taking the free kick right at midfield.
Now this way.
Looking deep. Balez has it. Sends that sky high. That one's a loose ball in the wind. Duran brings it down.
Yeah, good control by Duran.
Spins away. Oh, and Walsh takes it away from him. Dickerson up ahead to Semeniuk.
Who's offside.
Flag is up.
Carter looking for someone. No one turned around. Urgency rises with the Storm.
Rabala gets it to Ramirez. Big, heavy touch to the inside. Ramirez has a drive. Taken down by Inigo. Flicked on by Duran. Header for Solis. It's a goal for the Crimson Storm.
How many SNU players touch that ball? Ramirez takes a shot. It gets clipped. Then it just flies up into the air. Just finds a head. And it's perfect placement to make this game really close with 18 minutes left.
It was Ramirez who had the heavy touch inside to free himself up for the shot. Inigo got the deflection, but Duran able to keep that in play up for Solis. You see Cesar Solis, perfect spot, is able to float down, and we've got a new ball game. Solis looking ahead for Zamora. Chancho clears that out of play.
SNU playing with new life. Like I said, Luke, 2-1 or 2-0 lead is maybe the most dangerous lead in soccer. You get one goal, and the team that's down doesn't just have one goal to go, but they've got all the momentum too. Carter's got all kinds of space in front of him.
Carter into the middle, has a drive, and Dixon.
Yeah, and he's going to need to get back.
Of course, Dixon's more concerned with wasting seconds than taking advantage of Carter being up at the other 18-yard box.
That's very true. That's, Carter, no one pressuring Carter. That's a right decision there. He makes one move, takes a shot. Unfortunately, it's to his weaker left foot, and he's not able to get the pace and power it needs. It should be a foul. Duran goes down, but no call.
Garay up ahead. He came in at the goal change along with Inyai. Here's Walsh, crosses it into the middle, and Carter lay out to get that one out of play.
Carter looking to clear it with his foot. That ball just gets tangled up in, and as he goes down, it slides out the back for a corner.
Johnson coming back in for Hayes for Inigo.
The Tigers have been really dangerous on corners today, Luke, and had some, even on ones that they didn't score on, have had some real close opportunities. SNU's going to need to stand strong here. Tigers looking to go back up 2 goals.
Walsh whips it in, and it's off the head of Dickerson, I believe. It's an SNU goal kick either way.
Lots of space.
Zamora looking far side for Duran, and it got past Elgis, and Elgis has to clear it out. It's a corner kick opportunity for the Crimson Storm. Beautiful switch there by Zamora.
Yeah, Zamora wisely, there's the crowd after the corner, and he sneaks out to the side, and as he receives it, he's getting instruction from the bench, switch it again, and he does just that perfectly to Duran. Now SNU in a scoring position with the corner just after defending the last corner.
Duran sends it in. Back post, it's headed out. SNU's going to get there first. Denham leads it back for Chong. Chong, beautiful move to get free. Here's Ramirez. Sends it in with the left foot. Backside, Rabala, the header right at Dixon.
Yeah, it's on target, but there's no power behind it.
And once again, Dixon taking his time as the center backs for SNU, Rabala and Carter, head back.
Yeah, they're gonna. Carter and Rabala are about to get their work put in today. They're going to be running back and forth as this game runs out of time and gets tighter and tighter. A sub here.
Garcia checks off as Orpiza back in, and Svensson coming back in. Herman coming in for Tig Walsh. Walsh, one of those guys who seemingly never comes off the pitch. But he's coming off for a quick breather with just 14:45 to go.
Stay strong! Come on! It's under 15!
When he started it was over 15.
Goes out of play, another S&U throw.
Good defense, guys, good defense!
Stalzer had to go retrieve the ball behind the stands. Sandstone steps in front of that one and clears it back down the pitch. Carter battling with Svensson. Reverses it over to Rabala. Rabala up ahead for Denham. Got the touch back into the middle, but Chancho there to clear it away. Sandstone up ahead. Carter, nice job shielding on Svensson. Under 14 minutes to play, 2-1. Hayes with the lead. Denham slips on the ball, strategically maybe. Pass just a little wide. Can Zamora get there? He cannot.
Move the ball! Move the ball!
Yeah, Dixon does a good job coming way off his line to come get that ball near the edge of the 18-yard box. But yeah, Denham slips, gets up, creates a play for the Storm. Dixon punts that one out of bounds. Yeah, more opportunities for the Storm. You're going to see the Tigers start to fade more and more back into their own territory to maintain and preserve this one-goal lead.
Oropeza has to slide to keep that away from Svensson, but it's Inyai who comes up with it. Herman, good feed. Inyai looking for Svensson. The shot, the save by Krivo Kapic. Now Ramirez working against Herman, trying to get free. Herman holding in the corner. It's by Ramirez, and a foul is called on Herman.
What a save by Krivo Kapic, Luke. I mean, just incredible. It's you'll see it again here. Krivo Kapic running out. He's got to get a hand. He's got to get something on it because this is a wide open goal.
It's a great ball from Inyai.
Here's a save. Just gets a bit of his forearm on it. Is able to save it.
Here's Chong, wrapped up by Dickerson, and the foul given. And that's going to be a yellow card given on Dickerson. Clock stop, 12:02 to play, 2-1. Hayes with the lead, the Crimson Storm. The top seed not going down without a fight.
It's just looking for one attempt here. One more shot on goal.
Low one comes into Dickerson. Oropeza able to get there and get it to Ramirez. Back to Oropeza. Oropeza blocked by Suda. Goes out of bounds off of Hayes. Zamora looking for Denham. Off his hip. He's doubled in the corner. The freshman getting stood up. Has it taken away. Suda sends it down the line. Ramirez lets it go out of play for another throw for S&U. To Oropeza. Oropeza keeps it in. It goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Oropeza had a man running inside and just a little delayed on passing that back. I think it was Ramirez making the run. Then tries to go down the line, just too strong.
Under 11 minutes to go. Here's Dixon. The deep. Solis keeps it in play for S&U. Looking ahead for Duran. Inyai, Dickerson both kind of whiff on it. Sandstone finally sends it deep. It's going to reach Krivo Kapic. Sends it back across to Carter. Carter up the field. Duran with Elgas on his back. Duran got there first, kept it in play. Here's Stalzer. Whips it across to Rabala, and there's space for Rabala. Ramirez looking for some more of it. Overran it ever so slightly.
Yeah, just a little too far inside. Kick from
headed by Svensson into no man's land. SNU's got it. Here's Solis. Tried to send it in, blocked aside by Valles. Solis out top sends it in again, and Valles sends it. Oh, and Sandstow tried to keep it in play, but it had gone out of bounds. Fortunate there, because Stalzer playing as if it was just going to go out of bounds harmlessly. Ini set up ahead to Svensson, but Rabala is there.
Put it down the line. Hey, sir, we'll take it!
Herman up ahead. Here comes Hayes. Rabala gets it away. Here's Zamora. Back to Oropeza.
Rabala controlled on that takeaway and the pass. Yeah, it's
given to Elger.
Pretty easy. It's just, if it's a yellow, okay, he's just marking the penalty. He ran over there with some urgency.
Here's Zamora, back to Duran. Duran has some space. Sends it back to Carter. Rabala up ahead to Denham. Denham with Chancho all over his back, and then Johnson steps in front with the steal. Johnson heading to the corner with 8 minutes and change to go. Rabala dispossesses Johnson, no call. And here come the Crimson Storm. Ramirez looking deep, using the wind. And Denham just overran the ricochet. Zamora keeping it alive. Can he keep it in play in the corner? He can. Oropeza, nice job off the chest. And the freshman and sophomore there for the Crimson Storm doing a nice job to keep possession. Here's Chong on the run.
Oh.
And unfortunate spot there as Dickerson just kind of got in the way and Chong ran right through him.
Yeah, pretty easy call there. Chong out of control, chasing after that ball. No rush for the Tigers.
You see right there, just Dickerson getting ready, and then Chong full head of steam. Dickerson down, holding his right leg as the official stops play. A plethora of subs below us.
Hey, let's go, Bryce, get up, let's go, get up, let's go, this isn't a water break, let's go. Is he coming? He's off, yep, let's go. Hey, Chris. Hey, wait.
Dickerson comes off, seam dice back on. Guys, head to the bench for that quick squirt of water. Just that little bit of hydration needed to finish out. Stalzer comes back off. Miyatake back on for the Crimson Storm. Bit more speed on the outside. That one looped in by Dice toward Krivo Kapic. 7:10 to go. Carter leaves it back for Rabala. Back to him. Carter again, not afraid to go back. His two center backs, new this year, part of the new back line for the Crimson Storm, and they've done well all year long. Here's Denham, able to keep possession. Solis, a run. Here's Duran. Trying to get free for a shot. Here's Oropeza. Oropeza outside Ramirez, chips it in, looping with the wind and the sun, and Dixon is there.
Yeah, Oropeza had the wall kind of open up for him there. He decides to lay it off instead of take a shot. That's the buildup. SNU's won it all game and just hasn't really been able to find.
Inai flicked it on. Svensson will head to the corner, but he had Inai right in the middle.
Sure did. Inai's running all alone towards the goal.
Sandstow will head to the corner and have a picnic with Miyatake. Ball still in play before finally sending it into the middle. Inai got around. Rabala sends it in, and it's off the side of the net.
Yeah, from our angle for a second, Luke, that looked like it was in.
I think Inai thought it was too at first blush.
That's a good job by the Tigers, wasting time while being in bounds. And then when there's too much pressure, he just cuts inside and creates something. It almost leads to a goal.
Svensson comes off along with Dice. Dickerson back on, as is Hirschberger. And Beja back on. SNU running 3 up top now as Chong comes off. 5.5 minutes remaining. And SNU get the equalizer. Beja got around Chancho. And Chancho sends it out for a corner for the Crimson Storm. Coming up on 5 minutes to play.
Hey, good defense, low and tight.
Yeah, and the tendency might be to feel like you got to rush here, and you certainly need to be mindful of the clock, but you need a better corner than you need
more corners.
Yeah, exactly right.
Come on, Andrew.
Duran to take it. Loops it in, that's low, and it's right in front of the mouth of goal. Still on the ground, and Chancho finally clears it away. Ramirez has it at midfield. Sends it back into the middle. Flicked on by Beja, but nobody there for the Crimson Storm. Oh, goes off Dixon out of bounds. Trying to get cute with it instead of just picking it up.
Dixon doing the right thing there. He's trying to keep it on the ground so he can just wait for pressure to pick the ball up, but never controlled it.
Zamora, Inai sends it out. Zamora going to get there first to do it again. 4:20 to play.
Win it again.
Zamora loops it in. Backside Denham jumped a little too early. And a goal kick here for the Tigers with 4 minutes to play.
Rushing him though. Come on, you don't need to start rushing. Just at his pace, just like all game.
Missed opportunity there for the Crimson Storm, needing an equalizer. SNU 8th in the regional rankings. Remember, the top 10 get in. There's hope for an at-large, but you want to be comfortable. And a comfort is a tournament title.
That's right, and the Tigers feel as if it's right within their grasp, needing to hold on here for the last 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
There's Duran on the far side, keeping possession. It's it back to Oropesa. Whips it across. Rabala has it outside for Ramirez. Ramirez loops it in. Headed away by Valles, who's done that so many times today.
He's been everywhere today. Valles has been terrific.
Dickerson working against the freshman Oropesa, and a nifty move there by the senior. Dashing down the far side. Miyatake with the takedown. No call. And we play on.
Yeah, it didn't look like Miyatake got much of the ball there, Luke, but referee had a better angle than we did.
Here's Solis for SNU. Lobs it up ahead to Duran. Duran has it. Trying to get some space to send it in. Is it to Solis? Solis leaves it back for Ramirez. Ramirez trying to look for Solis, couldn't do it. Krivo Kapic coming way up his line. And a stoppage.
How is that not a foul down there, though?
And it's going to be on Hirschberger for clipping Krivo Kapic.
Yeah, goalies get that little bit of extra protection. I don't know how.
Even outside the box.
How tough of a penalty that was, or foul. But nonetheless, Krivo Kapic heads up play to clear that ball way off his line. 2 minutes, 25 seconds, Luke. SNU needs more attempts on goal than they're getting.
Rabala sends it in. Goes off the head of Sandstove. It's Solis going to track it down on the far sideline. Solis had it knocked out of bounds by Herman.
Another corner.
Played in quick. Miyatake, it's low. And Dickerson able to clear it away. Miyatake back into space. Elgis got a foot on it. Here's Rapala at top, and it's cleared out. Flicks off Sandstow's head. Another throw. Under 2 minutes to go. Great throw by Miyatake. Valles again. Ball is in, but right at Dixon as Solis couldn't put it on frame outside of the yellow jersey of Fort Hayes' Ben Dixon, and now Erman sits down and referee calls for the trainer with 1:35 left.
Hey, Marcos.
Yeah, it looks just like maybe a cramp here.
We got it. We're good, ref. Referee, we're good.
Bond's coming off. Ty Walsh
I know. Hey, can you go after?
coming back in. Denham comes off, and Namaja Jurisic in for the first time for SNU. A little bit more size, 6'1". That striker position for the Crimson Storm.
Yeah, just needing something. Big body up there. You have to think with 1:35 seconds left, everything needs to be inside the 18-yard box and need some height. This Tiger defense,
no more cover.
Not lacking height, not lacking physicality, so gotta match that here in just the last few minutes.
Good defense. Hey, sir!
And the foul is going to be whistled on Beja.
He jumps the ball. Mario, throwing the ball. Mario, throwing the ball.
Junior Duran having an animated discussion with the referee as the clock runs. 1:10 to go. Continues to run.
Yeah, 30-second delay there. Now pushing more like 40 seconds.
1 minute remaining.
SNU might have one more chance. They're going to need to win the ball back and get it upfield. Everyone needs to move up now.
Miyatake sends it deep. Jurisic is there. A foul. A stoppage.
It's going to stop Walsh. The clock, too.
Walsh runs through the back. And if that's a card on Walsh, then Walsh is gone.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
it is.
Luke, I didn't see anything that seemed to be deserving of another yellow unless he was just stopping the run of play. But
Walsh's something afterward.
Walsh's day is done with 45 seconds left to go. They're down to 10 men. I don't know how much it's going to matter with just 45 seconds left, but
see the replay here.
That's ridiculous.
Walsh just clipping Jurisic.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, don't think that's a yellow card.
No, not at all.
Making yourself a part of the game when you don't have to.
Yeah, Coach Nichols for the Tigers upset down here, and he seems to have every right to be.
The only other thing would be if Walsh said something after the foul call.
That is so wrong to my guy.
And then here comes a yellow card on the Hayes bench as well.
Hey, sir, can you explain to me, though?
Coach Nichols asking for an explanation. Maybe gets one after the game.
I doubt it.
Good defense! Good defense!
Here's Zamora. Lobs it in low. It's there on the ground in the box. Who's going to get there first? It's Oropesa with 40 seconds left. Zamora. Hirschberger sends it deep. Is Johnson going to get there first? The goal is empty as Krivo Kapic was out deep. And Johnson blasted out of play for a goal kick. 22 seconds left. Zamora sets it. 17 seconds. Bensuda heads it straight up in the air. SNU can't find it. Bensuda, Jurisic, 8 on the clock. Ni knocks it away, and the final seconds are going to tick away, and Fort Hays State has won the Great American Conference Tournament Championship.
Yeah, just a battle by the Tigers all game. They played really well, and just structurally on defense, they were just able to keep this pesky SNU Storm attacking play at bay long enough you almost feel like, Luke, if SNU had 5 more minutes, and we're talking about a different game, but Tigers take down the Storm in Bethany, and they deserved it today. They played really well.
2-1, Fort Hays State, the number 3 seed, comes into Bethany and wins the GAC Tournament Championship on the hosts' home field. An incredible run for Hays over the past 2 months, starting with that loss to Rogers back on October 3rd. They have not dropped a match since, getting at least a decision in every match, and it culminates in a championship for the Tigers and first-year coach Alex Nichols.
Yeah, credit to the Tigers. Beating 2 really good teams to take home the tournament, the conference tournament this year. Credit to Tigers, too, for their maturity and going up to these SNU players who are devastated on the ground and giving them their credit, too, for just an incredibly hard-fought game from both teams.
Landry, we heard from all the coaches coming in this weekend. All of them felt that any of the 4 teams could have won this tournament. And it's a 3-seed Tigers who get the job done. And Landry kind of improbably even scoring both of their goals in the first 8 minutes of the game, and they made it stand up over the next 82 minutes.
Yeah, that's pretty difficult to do. You know, you want to score early. You like to have that kind of backing, but then to even weather the storm of SNU getting a goal kind of early on, and with 26 minutes left in the second half, and able to just play enough defense and also create enough turnovers to maintain possession long enough to wind this clock down. And credit to them as they go celebrate with their fans. Made the trip from Kansas.
So the Tigers punch their ticket to the NCAA tournament. And Southern Nazarene will have to hang their hopes on an at-large spot. The Crimson Storm came in number 8 in the region. The top 10 in the region go to the NCAA tournament. So there's an outside shot for SNU still. But, man, you would have liked to have the automatic bid and feel very confident and secure about your place in the field.
Yeah, and you got to take care of the game that's right in front of you. And, you know, SNU just unable to battle back from that early 2-goal deficit that you mentioned, Luke. But they should have their heads up. This is a team that has won the conference in the regular season 4 years in a row. That's not something that happens by accident, and they certainly are going to be disappointed. They're not going to want to watch film tomorrow when they need to, but they also need to keep their heads up high for the incredible season they've had, and hopeful that this season continues for them.
2-1, Fort Hays State wins the GAC MIAA Conference Tournament Championship. We'll step aside and come back with the trophy presentation and the all-tournament team, so don't go anywhere. This is the GAC Sports Network.
Character, culture, and Christ have been the motto for Southern Nazarene University for many, many years. When I came as president, I was really curious about those words and really curious to dig into the archives. In fact, a conversation on campus one day with a visitor to our campus who asked that same question: what is character, culture, and Christ? Creating culture. Certainly when we graduate students, they go out and they create culture in classrooms. They create culture in churches. They create culture anywhere they go.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Hey, Future Readies. Are you interested in a career in business? Henderson State University offers bachelor's and master's degrees in business administration and certificates in analytics, marketing and communications, and nonprofit management. Visit hsu.edu/degrees to see the full list of degree opportunities. We are here to help you be ready for what's next. Contact us at admissions@hsu.edu or visit hsu.edu/readies to apply today or schedule a campus visit.
At Rogers State University, I've been able to develop leadership skills as being the student body president, and I've been able to see firsthand how they respect and listen to the students here.
I really wanted to make a difference, whether it's on the field, in the community, or in the classroom, and RSU is helping me make that happen.
As a student and single father, everyone here at RSU has gone out of their way to help me. Everything from my class schedule to giving me an on-campus job.
It all starts here at RSU. Enroll today.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are. Everyone tells you to think about the future, but strength, knowledge, and wisdom are what you build along the way. There's power in the process. We value this moment because at ATU, you write your own script to what comes next. So here's your cue. Right here, right where you are. Focus on the now, because our focus is on your success.
And welcome back to West Harmon Field in Bethany. Victorious are the Tigers as the 3-seed Fort Hays State wins the GAC MIAA Men's Soccer Tournament Championship 2-1 over number 1 seed and host Southern Nazarene. The all-tournament team being introduced right now here on the field. Let's run through those for you. First, for the other two semifinalists, from Newman University, Alberto Romero, and from Newman, Paulo Villalobos. From Rogers State, Declan Villoen, and also from Rogers State, Eric Yurtson. From Southern Nazarene University, Cesar Solis, Edwin Garcia, and Andre Krivokavich. And from the tournament champion, the Fort Hays State Tigers, Bryce Dickerson, Tig Walsh, Mario Leal Valez, and Harrison Bensuda. And the tournament MVP from Fort Hays State, Dimitri Chancho. And Landry, we saw Chancho in the middle of that back line all day today, clearing a lot of balls in. There are a lot of good balls in from the Crimson Storm, but Chancho able to take care of pretty much all of them, minus the one that SNU was able to put in the back of the net, courtesy of Cesar Solis. But Chancho, he was dynamic in this one today. He had a goal yesterday to get the scoring started against Rogers State. A very worthy tournament MVP for Fort Hays.
Yeah, absolutely, and the whole defensive line, and it starts with him, but they played really well, and he should hold his head up high. Had a great tournament, coming into form here at the end of the season. I'm certain that Coach Nichols feels the same way.
You know, you look back coming into this tournament, everybody was on a hot streak, and that made it such a dynamic semifinal Thursday with both of those matchups being so good. And then here today, Landry, we look at just how Hayes was able to jump out so big so early. And, I say so big because in soccer, 2-0 is not, it's not nothing.
Especially in a championship game where it's just going to be a little tighter, less free-flowing.
And, looking at that, how difficult was it for the Crimson Storm to really mount that comeback against such an aggressive team like the Tigers?
Yeah, I think, SNU doesn't accidentally host this tournament regularly. They don't accidentally win the GAC regular season 4 times. I mean, it's just a team that's competitive, that's talented, and has a lot of experience. And when you have a lot of experience here, there's more players being announced for the Tigers on the tournament. But as you have that experience, you're going to be able to weather some storms. No pun intended, but you're going to be able to battle back from things, and SNU did that, just unable to finish today.
Like we expected, the second half changed things. SNU was able to keep possession a lot more in the Hayes half of the field.
Right.
Obviously, the wind definitely played a factor today. Not the deciding factor, but a factor for sure, as the Crimson Storm were able to push forward a lot more, just never really got the shots. They had opportunities, but were just never able to get shots off.
I think the midfield play for the Tigers really prevented that. They didn't really, when the Tigers won possession back, they did a good job of bringing it up the field and just kind of slowing down that offensive attack from the Storm. As the Tigers are given their conference tournament trophy, reason to celebrate. They're going to go back to their team with it. Congratulations to the Tigers, a well-deserved tournament win as we see them celebrate. Well-deserved for the Tigers today.
Without question, they went out there and earned it. Talking to Coach Nichols earlier this week, he talks a lot about how the GAC just doesn't quite get the recognition it deserves nationally, and maybe they still do. There's still an outside chance for the Crimson Storm to get in as an at-large, barring any upsets in the other conference tournaments in Super Region 3. We'll see how things shake out, but Alex Nichols felt, he'd put his guys up against just about anybody in this super region, and they validated that this weekend with a gritty, gutty win in the semifinals against Rogers State. Right. It was Hayes who had to battle back in the semifinal to even send that to extra time, and they were able to outlast Rogers in the penalty shootout, with Dixon coming up with 2 saves. And Thursday was just his 7th game played of the season. Mm-hmm. He played last year and was the starter a year ago, but because of injuries and Coach Nichols just feeling everybody out, they played 4 keepers this year. Mm-hmm. And Dixon being one of those, and he came up huge when they absolutely had to have him. And then, of course, today, jumping out to the early lead and making that stand up. The Tigers punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament, and just what a job Coach Nichols has done. 2 national championships at Central Methodist up in Missouri. He is a winner. To quote Kurt Signetti at Indiana, Google him. He is a great coach and has proven that by taking a team that was good last year, but didn't seem like had a realistic shot to win the tournament coming in last year, and turning this team with a bunch of newcomers into champions.
That's right, and as they stand here right in front of us celebrating their championship, credit to them, credit to Coach Nichols, who's done a tremendous job his first year here with this program.
So we'll see how the selection show turns out, where the Tigers will be seated, if anyone else from the GAC will make it in. The selection show, I believe, tomorrow night, NCAA.com. You can check that out. So, Landry, your final thoughts from Championship Saturday here in Bethany?
It's a weekend I look forward to every year, Luke, just seeing some really good soccer. Some of the best soccer you'll see, in my opinion, in the United States aside from maybe the national team, these are good teams that play here in Bethany, and good teams that play in the GAC, and just happy to be able to call them with you again this weekend, Luke.
So that's going to do us here from West Harmon Field in Bethany. For my partner Landry Franks and all of us here at the GAC Sports Network, good afternoon from Bethany.